In the distant past of 1971, there was a comedy troupe called Firesign Theater, which exists, at least partially intact, to the current day. In that fateful year, they had released an album entitled, "I Think We're All Bozos on This Bus," from which comes my favorite quote. Sure, understanding today's complex world of the future is a little like having bees live in your head. But there they are. Well, welcome to the future. I'm James, and this is My Last 20. Thanks for joining me today for the third and final introductory episode of My Last 20. Today I'll talk about what to expect from My Last 20 in terms of structure and content. If it sounds good, then gee, I'm glad to have you along for the ride. If not, I refer you back to episode 2 and the links to the cute hedgehog. That's right, it's the future. We've got everything. Handheld walkie-talkies, wrist radios, a space station, even flying cars. Well, if it's so great, why is there so much buzzing? The problem, it seems, is that the system has passed us by, and they forgot to leave a manual. I look at it this way. If the system I was looking at was a car, I could understand how pieces of the car work. Steering, tires, fuel, whatever, without having to know how everything in the car works and still drive it. So, living as older citizens within that system is what I want to talk about over the life of this channel. I want to see if, within reason, I can put together videos on some useful techniques and tricks I've figured out for working that system and making sure the life I lead is the one I want to. And, not to belabor the point, please let me know your interests and ideas in the comments section so this little enterprise can move beyond me just talking about myself. I'm starting with the things that I have found helpful for me. It's a good place to start, but I really want to grow beyond that. I've pulled together what those subjects are and juggled them about a bit with the idea that if I were starting from scratch, knowing what I know now, which one would be the most important for me? You know, the one thing without which the whole rest of your plan would collapse. With that in mind, here's where I'm going to start. These are the pieces of the car I needed to know to be able to drive it. Safety and security. This is number one, numero uno. The foundation of all the rest, because if I'm not feeling safe and secure, that you can bet that the system is looking at me like a wolf would look at a kitten. When I am feeling safe and secure, that doesn't happen. But safety and security is more than cross at the corner, wear your seatbelt, and don't take candy from strangers. I'm going to go into detail on the things that worked for me. It's the 21st century. Money and finance. Once I got a lock on feeling safe and secure, my next big question was how I was going to pay for this party that is my golden years. Sure, I could go and get a job if I wanted to feel irrelevant and not make much money, but I found other ways to extend my meager resources that are actually kind of fun, don't take the time and commitment of a job, and pay way more than I could ever hope to make if I did go back to work. To put this in scale, think of making hundreds of dollars an hour, where I'm not talking about free fries with your combo plate here. Next is health and wellness. Health is not what you've been told all these years, and I've been digging deep trying to figure out why. In this series, I want to talk about what's going on and how I'm planning on protecting myself from the industrial juggernaut that is devouring 20% of the US economy while passing itself off as healthcare. Wellness, for me, is feeling good about my lifestyle and living in a way that keeps me the hell out of the healthcare system. Period. Fourth is tech. This is all about the gadgets, gizmos, and miscellaneous battery-powered detritus that clutters my life and claws it for my attention. I found that if I understand, even superficially, what is going on behind the scenes when you click on send or like or share, I'm both amazed and scared spitless. But the benefits, particularly as I've gotten older, of using this amazing technology greatly outweigh the issues. That is, as long as whatever happens, happens on my terms. Which brings us to the fun stuff. Retirement lifestyles. I've talked a bit about running away on my sailboat, writing a book, living in foreign lands, and building a microfarm. But I've investigated many more. I want to talk about all that I've learned and also want to let you follow along as I look into some others. Probably some I will only learn about when you start your next comment with, "Hey, what about this?" To make all this happen, My Last 20 will be based on series within each of those broader topics. Within each series, the episodes will all relate to each other and tell a story from start to finish. However, the series and episodes won't run in order. If I start a series on, say, how to get free money from banks, I don't want to make you sit through all of those episodes just so you can get to learn about how to spend a year on a cruise ship for free. If you do want them all in order, I'll put them in playlists by series to make that easier for you. The series episodes I plan on releasing weekly, probably on Thursday or Friday, but then there will be the bonus episodes. If I stumble upon something that was too much fun to make you wait, or that I'd like to tell you about right away, or that just doesn't fit anywhere else, then I'll post it as a bonus episode. These could show up any time of the week, so the best way to find out about them is to subscribe to the channel. Plus, all of this will be backed up with a website, www.mylast20.com, a Facebook page, My Last 20, and wherever else you'd like to have My Last 20 have a presence. So that's it. On with the show. I'm James, and this has been My Last 20. See you next time.